Us black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps. You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm
So
good.
don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool and a vibe.
Nah, it ain't. The States women, they don't have the same values as these women overseas. They value they men. They priorities they men first.
Pierce with 3. Pierce with 2. Pierce fall away at the horn.
Paul Pierce is no stranger to hitting big shots, but when he said this recently, he did not realize how big of a shot he actually hit. And you're going to hear the Rickey Smiley show not only discuss the shot that he hit, but you're going to hear Rickey Smiley, of all people, start to waver on Passport Bros.
Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, so Rickey Smiley Morning Show, 8 at the time right now, it's 27 after the hour. Y'all, more and more American men are becoming fed up with American women and are reportedly unhappy with the local dating scene. And many men are starting to travel to foreign countries to meet better prospects.
Yeah, Ricky, Paul Pierce is stirring the pot with his latest dating advice for black men in America. On a recent episode of The Truth After Dark with Paul and Azar, the NBA legend encouraged men to follow rapper French Montana's lead and consider dating women from overseas rather than American women from the States. French is rumored to be dating the Princess of Dubai. Listen to what he said.
Us black men, I'm telling y'all, we need to follow in French Montana steps. You see, he cracking.
He's cracking.
He like, man, I'm out here with these. No, I'm good.
So don't listen to Paul. There's women in the States that are cool and a vibe.
Nah, it ain't.
Right.
The States women, they don't have the same values as these women overseas. They value they men. They priorities they men first. They not shaking ass on Instagram. If you ain't taking a girl shopping, if you ain't got no bread, if you it's almost impossible to get a girl out here.
Now, pay attention to the 3 people in the studio. It's Rickey Smiley, and then there's one lady in the studio, and I believe there's one LGBTQ gentleman in the studio. But their conversation is going to point to the things that we always hear all the time, that black men need to do better, that it shouldn't matter what the situation is, that it's just the job of black men to do X, Y, and Z. But you're going to hear Rickey Smiley waver, and it's very interesting to hear because a year ago you would never have imagined hearing this.
Man,
that's why they call it the truth.
So this morning we want to know, have women lost sight of their values, and does Paul Pierce have a point? Should men date overseas? And women, would you date a man from another country? You can't find a really, really fly dope woman in the United States of America. There's a lot of dope, beautiful women, especially the ones with the little locks. And the one to be burning incense and listening to the internet and foreign exchange and Erykah Badu or whatever. Listen. There's some good women out here. As long as they have a positive mother and they got some cool ass girlfriends that's in a relationship, have a shot with her. You have to look at her mother and who she hang with. You know what I'm saying? She watch all the Housewives shows and got a single mother and single sisters and single friends and all of them just negative and all that kind of stuff. You fighting against all of that. When you get somebody, man, that got cool, that hang out with married couples and looking to be married and make your life easier, she don't have to have nothing. I don't give a damn if you work at Burger King. If you find and you take care of yourself and you don't have masculine energy, and when we say masculine energy, I'm talking about, man, just a nice, sweet, calm attitude. And let me clear something up. Brett, you in the LGBT community, and you are way more soft than some of the women out here that I have seen. And the way, like you so peaceful and calm and cool and quiet and discreet and beautiful and loving. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
that.
I was raised by good parents and
like that.
My grandmothers. Yeah.
Yeah, you get.
You can already hear him wavering. He starts by saying what he's supposed to say, but if you really listen to what Rickey Smiley is saying, you can hear that he's gone through a lot of drama. I don't know the drama personally, but you can hear that people say, hey, all you have to do is X, Y, and Z. He says, I've already done that, and it's still a problem. He said what he was supposed to say, but if you listen closely, you can hear he is looking at Paul Pierce and saying,
And then, like if you watching an episode of Housewives of Atlanta and your nerves don't get bad to the point where that means you get a kick out of conflict. You like mess. You indulge in that kind of stuff. And man, just to find somebody that's gonna go to your heart, man, somebody that's a helper or whatever.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about cook. We ain't talking about cook and clean up. But you just bring
Just
a
somebody
level
thoughtful,
of peace.
you know? Yeah.
Jesus.
And be thoughtful
And they out there.
considerate. Yep, they are.
They out there. I help you stay organized and help you with got some solutions to some of your problems. Bring us solutions. Because if you're a CEO like I am, you got a lot of problems. So you don't need another problem. You need somebody that's going to offer solutions. to help you with some of the problems. That's real talk.
Well,
Yeah,
Real,
we love
and they're
to be
here
kind.
right here in the United States.
Plenty.
They're here.
Well, I hear everything you're saying, though, Ricky, but now,
Here come the tropes.
that Paul Pierce guy, honey, now, some of these black women he talking about need to follow those women that's overseas, honey, need to follow their way of doing things. Get a damn man at work. Half of these damn black men don't want to work. They want you to go to work every morning. They want to drop you off to work in your damn car, and he go gallivanting and doing all other kind of stuff and messing with other women and stuff like that. So how in the hell he gonna talk about what women do overseas? How many women have he been with overseas? Black women get sick of that mess too, hell. Get sick of coming home here and mess and get sick of him cheating and ripping and running, doing all other kind of stuff too. So, I mean, so he needs to shut his mouth up because he don't know what every black woman have to go through. Hell, black women got to raise his child while he playing damn video games half of the day when he get off from work. So no,
But-
I don't agree with it.
What is amazing about that response is this is a response from an LGBTQ guy, brother, if you will. He is essentially saying the same propaganda that we always hear, but how would he even know this except that he's hearing it secondhand? It's amazing that contribution that's coming from that segment of the black community in a situation where idealistically it shouldn't even affect them. But here he is at the ready to say all of the tropes that have been said about straight black men when you bring up why black men are wanting something in the dating market.
That
Also, they use French Montana as you know, as
the
and he's
guy.
Not, he's not even American born. He's
Thank
born
you.
in Morocco, and everybody not gonna get a Dubai princess. Like he's dating allegedly
We'll
a girl
take
who's worth
we'll
hundreds of
take
millions of dollars.
Damn it, a divide something.
She's beautiful. She's beautiful. but-
We'll take an American something. If she's beautiful and she brings peace, that's all we want is peace.
And that's all
Damn.
women want is peace. Hell, they just want peace too when they go to work and come home and gotta look at Leroy sitting up there damn and scratching himself. No.
Leroy,
Damn,
what
Leroy.
are you, a slave?
Well, he could be one, hell.
You can't come up with no other name. You can't say Michael or Corey or something.
Shout out to all the Leroys out there.
Ain't
Shaquavers.
none. They all dead.
Yeah, you get Shaquavers then. That's their new name.
Shaquavers.
Anything with a bus.
Yeah, that's them little mama's boys.
They
One
right.
maybe 13 years old, their mom still kiss them in the mouth. Got 2 earrings on. This my little man right here. This my little man. Oh yeah, we. All right, y'all. Special Rocky, you had any thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, you said it when you talking about it's all about who you hang with and who you associate with and who's in your environment. Because if you in that toxic environment, you're gonna attract toxicity. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You sum it up, dog.
You hang around with women with masculine energy. Like when I say masculine energy, I'm just talking about be ready to fight at the drop of a dime or whatever. Somebody spill a drink on you instead of just excusing yourself from the club and on your way. Like I can't explain it, but you could say I have to tell women a lot of times in conversation. I said I love me a soft woman. I said it on stage in Richmond. I was back and forth with a lady sitting in the audience. I said one thing about me, I love a lady, and you not being ladylike right now.
Now, here is where it starts to get real because he's saying what he really feels as opposed to what he's supposed to say. Most men want a soft woman. They don't want a boss bee that's essentially challenging them to come home after a 12-hour workday and do more work and better himself. They just want someone that's soft, that's sweet, that's going to cater to them. Now, that has become a borderline curse word these days, but if you're a guy, you're a hardworking guy, and you're heading in a certain direction, you want to come home to someone that's happy to see you, someone that's soft, someone that is basically going to appreciate the fact that you're there. And if you can't find that where you are in this short life that we're living, why don't we have the right to go look for it wherever it is? You can hear Rickey Smiley, richly, wildly successful, and he's saying, all I want is someone that I can come home to that is soft and warm, and I can't find it. Now, listen, because this is where the man who has always said what he's supposed to say in terms of the black male experience and, you know, the black women and all of the things that are proper to say in his position, he's going to waver. You can hear it.
Because you disrupting the whole comedy show because you got something to say and you don't understand that this is not the time or the place to say it. Why can't you just laugh and be like this lady over here, sophisticated with her legs crossed with a little glass of wine, enjoying the comedy show? And what are you doing? Sign language, talking with your hands? What's that? What you saying? Was the gnats in here or something? I don't know. I'm confused.
So your neck hurt? Why you rolling it so hard?
So this morning we want to know, have women lost sight of their values? Does Paul Pierce have a point? And should men date overseas or women? You know, do y'all feel like y'all want to date men from overseas? Hit us up, 866-9-RICKY, 866-9-RICKEY, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Listen, we having a good conversation this morning. Paul Pierce is claiming that American men should date women from other countries. because he feel like a lot of women are lacking traditional values, whatever that is, and that's something we can talk about. What real quick, what do you, when he say traditional values, what do you think he means? Because we want to clarify.
I mean, maybe he means, the woman is the woman. I think he's kind of angry, though, honestly, because, he went through a divorce last year or the year before. But I think.
Notice how anytime there's a conversation about when black men want something, there is a personal attack. I think that he's angry. I'll let you hear this again. I think that he's angry because of divorce. Maybe he just wants what he wants. And in a buyer's market or seller's market, whatever market you have, it's the buyer that's going to decide what he buys. And if there's nothing in the market that he wants to buy, he's not going to buy. And that's Paul Pierce. And he's telling the market, this is what I'm looking for. And if I can't find it, I'm not going to buy. And the fact that he's divorced has nothing to do with the fact that he's a buyer looking to buy in the market. And insulting him is only going to reinforce what he's saying already, that he's looking for something that's just not in the market where he is.
Woman is the woman. I think he's kind of angry, though, honestly, because, he went through a divorce last year or the year before. But I think he means, the woman's the woman who, kind of like what Rickey, you seem very traditional. You want a woman who makes your home peaceful. Like your home is your castle. I know when I was growing up, we had a very tiny house in Oak Cliff, but it was my daddy's castle. And when he got home, it was peaceful. I mean, except for the kids. But my mom made it as peaceful as she could.
That's it. That's and I tell you, that's all. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, even before my comedy career took off, I paid all the bills, and I just made sure I provided a nice space, for my wife and I, or whatever. I wasn't asking her for no money to pay no bills or whatever. But I wasn't like, you need to cook, because I did all that too. Did cooking, washing clothes, cleaning up.
Listen, he did everything he was supposed to do. This is Rickey Smiley, the comedian that was telling us how we were supposed to vote in the last election. Pay attention.
And all that stuff. That's where it kind of went downhill, because I just wanted to have a little bit of help, just at least when I come home. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go get the newspaper and bring my, like not that kind of slavery mindset type of stuff or whatever, but just create a comfortable, relaxing environment that you and I can enjoy together, not just for me, for us. Well, we can have a good time. I had a good girlfriend. I messed that down relationship up. I had a good girlfriend that did all of that and stuff, and then career took off, and now women paying $30 and $40 to see you perform lined up around the corner. Yeah.
You can run the block. You can run the block with that girlfriend. Where's she at?
You got caught up, man. Some little bike and short store coming to them shows in the 90s.
But you know what, though, Ricky? I think, too, more women want men with more traditional values.
What you mean by that?
Look at these women, honey. All these women getting these Africans, honey. They don't want no American man. They want an African man that works.
But they be saying they be scamming.
Well, the American man scam just as much, too, though. But the African men, honey, are providing jobs. They're giving women nice houses to live in. They're taking care of their kids. I mean, and they're doing more things than the American man. Because the American man ain't doing much. He's leaving his kids behind for the most part unless somebody else.
Stereotype. Listen to that is amazing. This is the LGBTQ brother on the panel saying all of the tropes for women when he's not in those relationships, allegedly. I mean, it's almost like he's a tape recorder. It's amazing that his input just almost on cue. It's, but black men, A, B, C, and D, all of the tropes.
African men, honey, are providing jobs. They're giving women nice houses to live in. They're taking care of their kids. I mean, and they're doing more things than the American man. Because the American man ain't doing much. He's leaving his kids behind for the most part unless somebody else raise them. So, I mean, the African men coming along and giving these girls good lives, honey, nice homes. And look at Real Housewives of Atlanta. All the women got an African man.
Well, let's see what the listeners have to say. Good morning.
Houston, and he was paying for Poom Poom in order to date someone in another country. So, no, I don't agree with him.
This is Kevin from Little Rock, Arkansas. And absolutely not. I don't think that men should go and get women from overseas. I think men that think like that are just talking about it because they love control.
Hello, this is Sean Drew Banks. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. I don't necessarily agree with Paul's statement. I think that you should be with the person the Lord leads you to. However, I am married to an Indian woman, and what I'll say is ever since we started dating, to date we've been together for we've been married for 21 years. I will say since we started our relationship, I've never felt insecure. I've never felt like there was any infidelity in our relationship, our marriage, and there's just been a different dynamic to our relationship that I've had with her that I've never had with an American woman that I've dated.
Hi, this is Dr. Rihanna. I'm calling from South Florida, and I'm really exhausted with the number of brothers who always lay their issues on black women rather than doing the work. Black men need to step up and be more masculine, and then it would allow black women to be more feminine. Rather than doing the work and figuring out how to make things better, we always running away. Our men are always running to other women and blaming our black women. It's sickening. No, I don't believe black men need to continue to run away from their tribe. Black men do not need to continue to abandon black women. Absolutely not. I think they need to put in the work to become more masculine, and that would allow black women to be more feminine, and we can have a more harmonious community. So I'm very offended by it. No, they need to work.
Well, where you at?
Black men need to work. Now, remember, in a market where there are bachelor black men looking for a partner, for a wife, they're essentially being told, you need to do more work. You need to be X, Y, and Z in order to be deserving of what you're looking for. And if you, a guy who've done the work already, you know the answer to this, which is essentially going to the market, going to a mall or shopping mall and wanting to buy something and then giving you a lecture about how you're supposed to want to buy it. Instead of saying, I'm going to find a way to give you what you want. That is the huge gaping mistake in all of this. Is you have men that have built themselves up. They have done the work. And you're essentially being told that, well, you're supposed to want what I tell you to want. And it's just the beginning of the end. And you're going to hear Rickey Smiley at the very end essentially allude to this.
Ma'am,
Ricky.
Ma'am, where you at? I'm done the work. Done the work. Call back up here. I done the work.
Go and get it, dog.
Huh? Got a degree. I'm ready. Show sold out. I clean. Ain't nothing in the dishwasher
You cook?
right now. Cook.
That's important.
You want some greens? You want some black eyed peas and smoked turkey necks and some cornbread? Huh? Sit out by the pool, chill. Listen to foreign exchange. I ain't even playing Frankie Beverly all the time. I'm getting you foreign exchange. I'm getting you the jazz specs. Music you ain't heard. The internet.
Come on, dog.
Where you at, huh? I bite my fingernails, but I got a back scratcher I bought at the counter at Walgreens. Scratch your back. The little thing that pull out like an antenna. Yeah. What you want?
Like
got a nice bathtub that didn't bought the little thing off Amazon to make the tub bubble up. Huh?
Oh, Jesus.
Call back up here.
This is the very end of the conversation. You can hear Rickey Smiley saying, essentially, I've done everything you've told me to do, and I have not found my young woman yet. And what's fascinating about this part of the conversation is that this is exactly where Passport Bros have been, say, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And instead of going to someone like Rickey Smiley and making a case for him, he's essentially saying, I've done all of this hypothetical work that you talked about. I've gotten my degree. I've become famous, and I still haven't found the softness that I'm looking for. Maybe there's something to what Paul Pierce is saying. I think the most brilliant thing about the Passport Bros movement is that you can't necessarily make guys do X, Y, and Z. All you really have to do is just go where you go and have good results. And people are noticing that those results compared to the results that people are getting where they are just aren't matching. And for someone as well-moneyed and as famous and popular as Rickey Smiley, he's looking at all of this and saying, maybe there's something to this Passport Bros thing. And the funny thing about all of this is that it's not that Passport Bros are getting on a pulpit and saying, men, black men, you need to do X, Y, and Z. It's the guys that are in the congregation looking over saying, you know what? Maybe there's something to that. And that is the beginning of the end for all of this hate against Passport Bros. Because at the end of the day, all a guy wants is someone that's going to love on him, care about him, and just give him a place to be safe, a place that's his, a place that has peace, because that peace is priceless. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. I'll catch you next video. Take care, guys.